Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's tutorial, we'll be learning how to cut and sew this high-low flare top with straps. If this is your first time coming across my channel, kindly click on the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you get notified when we post a new video. If this sounds like something you're interested in, let's get right into the video. So I'll be making use of this African print fabric that is about 1.5 yards. So I'm going to go ahead and fold the fabric into four equal parts. Then I'm going to identify the part facing up as the center front and the part facing down as the center back, while this side that is closed up will be the side. So now the first measurement I'll be taking is the chest line measurement, which I got by dividing my bust by 6 plus 1.5 inches. So, and that gave me 8 inches. I'm just going to mark it all round. So that will serve as the chest line measurement. Don't forget we identify the center front and the center back. So the next measurement I'll be taking now is how deep I want the neckline to be. And for me, I want to use 5.5 inches. You can use 5 depending on the size you're working with or the measurement you're working with. So now I want to get my bust circumference. Don't forget this side is the side and this part I'm pointing at is the center. So from the side, I'm going to measure up to that 5.5 inches, which is my neck depth, and I'm going to mark my bust circumference plus the allowance I'm going to use to stitch it down. And on that part, I have 9.75 inches. So I'm just going to connect it together. So from that neckline point to the armhole, this side is the armhole, so I have 9.75 inches. Just mark out whatever measurement you have for your bust circumference, then add your allowance. And you can also choose not to add allowance or add maybe half-inch allowance because this is a free dress. So the next thing for me is to mark out the length of the top, and I'm taking the measurement from the upper part of this folded fabric. So for my length, I'm making use of 21 inches, and I'm just going to mark it all round. So 21 inches plus my hemming allowance. Then at the center front, I just came in up by 2 inches because of that high-low effect it had at the front, but I ended up cutting off 1 inch. I didn't use 2 inches because by the time I finished sewing the top, it jumped up itself without even cutting out the 2 inches. So I just cut out 1 inches. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut out the side. So I'm going to have the front and back separately. So now I'm going to cut out from the neckline to the armhole for the front. I'm going to cut that out first. After cutting out the center front, I'm going to go ahead and cut out the center back. So from the center front, from that neckline, I'm going to come down by 1 inch on the back. So I'm going to come down by 1 inch and I'll just connect it into the armhole. So just the same way I'm doing it right now. That's the way you're going to do it when you're cutting yours. Then when I marked it, I had excess, and I'll show you how to manage this excess when you are joining the sides. I'm going to show you how to manage the excess when you are joining the sides. So now I'm just going to go ahead and confirm the measurement and cut out the center back all the way into the armhole. So now I'm done cutting the center back and the center front. I just gave it a notch and I went ahead to cut out the length. I went ahead to cut out the full length. Note that I didn't cut out the 2 inches I came up by at the center front. I didn't even cut that out yet. It was when I was done that I just trimmed the 1 inch away. So now this is the back piece, and when I opened it up, it's giving this V-like shape, but just ignore the shape. It's still going to come out straight after sewing. So I'm just going to go ahead and fold it into 2 and give it a notch at the center. Then I'll just trim off a little, not even up to half inch away from it. I just trimmed it off so it will not be too curvy because I'm going to turn it with a facing. So when the armhole comes to the side, when the person wears the top, he's going to end up being straight at the back. So now I'm just going to go ahead and cut out the straps. This is the straps I'll be using. I multiplied my chest line by 3 inches. That means I have 24 inches here, and I cut out a width of 2 inches. So I'm just going to go ahead and fold the straps. So for the front piece, remember I notched the center front. So I'm just going to open it up now, and I'm going to fold the straps in a way that is going to go in between the upper part of the top. So just watch me do it. I'm just going to fold the strap this way, then I'm going to place it in between the upper part from the armhole or to the notched part. You know that this strap has something like a crisscross at the front, so I'm going to stop at the notched part. I'm just going to fold it down and pin it to the fabric, and I'll do the same for the other side. If you have watched this video up to this point and you are yet to subscribe to my YouTube channel, kindly hit on the subscribe button and turn your notification bell so you get notified when we drop a new video. So now I've gone ahead to pin down both straps from the armhole to the center front, which is the notched part. So I'm just going to go ahead to the sewing machine and sew this part down. I'm just going to stop at the center front. I'll sew both sides down. So now I'm done sewing both sides. I'm just going to place one of the straps over the other, and I'll just continue sewing the straps all through. You can place any part you want over each other. So I'm just going to go ahead and sew the straps all through. So now this is what the front piece looks like when I was done sewing the straps. The crisscross effect came out already. So once the armhole goes into the side, it's going to bring out that shape. It's just still looking like a V shape now, but it's still going to bring out the shape. So now for the back piece, I'm just going to fold it into two so I can get where I'm going to place my strap. So I'm going to fold it into two and mark 4.5 inches from the center back, and I'm just going to notch that point so as to identify where the strap will be. So I'm going to place the back piece, and I'm going to place the front piece on the back piece, right side facing right side. So I'm going to pin down the straps on the 4.5 inches I marked earlier on the back piece. I'm just going to pin it down. So now I already cut out a facing that I'm going to use to turn the back piece. So I'm just going to go ahead and place this facing on this fabric this way, the way I'm placing it now. So it's going to be, the strap will be in between. So now I'm just going to go ahead and sew on this part. Then I'm going to turn in the facing to the wrong side of the back. I hope you understand it the way I'm explaining it. So now I've gone ahead to sew the facing and the straps in between. So the next step for me now is to turn the facing on the wrong side of the fabric. So I'm going to, when you're turning the facing, make sure that you are not sewing it in a curvy way. Sew it in a straight way so the back can be straight. Even if it's going to curve, just a little bit curvy. So now I'm done with the facing. I've gone ahead to turn the facing of the back, and this is what it's looking like right now. So at this point, I also went ahead to join the sides. So this is what I was explaining at the beginning of the video. I said the sides, we're not going to join them equally, right? So I joined the side piece in a way that the back came out by about 1 inch, and I joined it in a way that the front piece went in. So I just placed the front on the back, but it did not align at the side. I purposely did it that way so that the bust circumference is still going to be the same measurement. Remember that we had excess at the back when we were cutting it out. So I just joined it in a way that the side did not align at the upper part, but at the down part it's aligned. So I hope you understand the way I just explained it. So I'm just going to go ahead now and trim out the excess that we have at this back part. Then you can go ahead to do the inner weaving. So I'm just going to trim out the excess. You know that it didn't align, so there's going to be excess at the back. So I just went ahead to trim out the excess on both sides. So the next step for me is to hem the down parts, which is the length of the top, and I already trimmed off 1 inch away from the front. I didn't show that on camera. Remember I said we marked 2 inches, but I trimmed out 1 inch. So I'm just going to go over ahead to the sewing machine and hem the down parts. So this brings us to the end of the tutorial. If you enjoyed watching this tutorial, kindly drop a comment and don't forget to like this video and also share this video. Also, if you would like to see a tutorial on how to make the yellow shorts in this video, I already dropped the link in the description box, so just click on the link. I have a tutorial on how to cut an elastic short on my channel. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next video.